So we're in a cornfield today in Sumas Prairie, and I've been getting a lot of phone calls saying, can you tell me if my corn is ripe? So I'll give you a few little indications that I've used over the years that's pretty successful. Number one, you got to look for leaves that are drying up on the bottom. If your corn is really, really bright green and the wrappers of the corn are very bright green as well too, it's probably not quite ready to go. Again, if you peel this one down, the wrapper's kind of dried out. And you can see already that it's all fully dented. This is a Master's Choice 3223. And you can see what a nice big fat cob it is on there as well too. And when you crack it open and then take a look at it, you can see on one half it's got a bit more of a clear milk line on it. I'm going to show you some close-up pictures of it too, and I put a little bit of felt pen line or a pen line on it. This one's about halfway down. That's usually an indication when you see these leaves and the brown wrappers that it's ready to go. This is probably going to run anywhere between 32 and 30 dry matter. That's about as ripe as you want to get it. You don't want to get it much dry, it's too hard to pack it. Cut it at 5/8 to 1/2 inch. Make sure the processor is set extremely tight. 1 mil, so you don't see any kernels that are whole. They should all be chunks and chips. That makes a big difference when you feed out for the next 365 days. So again, take a look at your cornfield, see where they're at. It's going to rain for the next week. They're saying today is Wednesday, starting Thursday night right through till probably next week, Wednesday, Thursday. Look, it's going to rain. So after that period of time, a lot of this corn should be most definitely be ready to go and off. So this guy's going to try and get his off tomorrow to make sure he has it in the bunk and packed away. So he's ready to go. This corn's been planted about the 4th or 5th of May. Everybody that's been cutting lately has anybody that's been planted like a 2300 heat unit like this one is, and they planted it from May 1st to May 8th. They're having it off by the 10th of September. They want to have it off. It's ready to go. The guys who planted a later heat unit variety, theirs is still bright green from the bottom up, and the wrappers are still green. It's still milky. That starch content isn't quite high enough yet. They're going to wait another week and make sure it's ready to go. So again, take a peek at your corn, see where it's at. I'll show you some of the differences between certain varieties as well too, and then the size of them as well. I picked this from a neighbor across the street and compared it to this one. This one, the Master's Choice, has 18 around. This only has 12. So if you feel the weight of the cob between one of these varieties, like this cob compared to another one, it makes a huge difference. You're probably getting, this is 18 around, this is only 12 around. You're probably getting an extra 6 rows more on this corn than this corn, and the weight wise between the two cobs is tremendously different. If you pick 3 cobs in your hand and hold on to them and pick 3 of the other ones, you'll get to see the weight difference. And you got to remember, you got 32,000 plants per acre. That multiplies up extremely fast, and that's why we're so pleased and happy with the Master's Choice. Big fat cobs, nice soft kernels, very digestible plant with high sugars as well too. It beats out the BMR corns lots of times on their digestibility at the World Dairy Expo. So this is the reason why we got this corn in the valley, and this is its 4th or 5th year. Amazing corn, especially in a year like this year. It really takes off. It has a flex gene in. Now, one guy asked me today, he said, so why is mine only 12 to 14 around and this one's 16 to 18? I said, well, the Master's Choice has a gene in there, no different than the Roundup Ready gene. And if you get ideal growing conditions, lots of moisture, it'll keep dividing in 2. So there's start 16, I've seen them 18, lots of times 18, I've seen them 20 at times as well too. That's such a big heavy cob, but without that flex gene in it, which this one does not have in it, it doesn't matter how much space or how good a growing conditions you have, this corn cob is set at 12 to 14 around. This one will go from 16, 18 to 20, and that's what makes it so good, is that it just totally out yields on the starch. The starches on these lots of times run 34% without any problem at all. So again, take a peek at your corn, look at the weather forecast coming up, line up your custom harvester. I can't emphasize enough, these guys need 4 or 5 days or a week's notice ahead of time. Give them a shout, get them on their list for harvesting, and they'll know they may have to shuffle you around, but at least they know you're just about ready to go. And to me, that makes the most sense.